Hi everyone, my name is Mark. Tonight we're going to dig into the symbolism of the black goo that has been shown throughout history, a type of symbiotic fluid that is associated even with oil. So let's dig into this and go deep. Today is Friday, October 17th, 2014. And you can see here where they had this scare at the Pentagon about a woman that was vomiting that she might have actual Ebola now. Because that is actually one of the biggest ways that it spreads is through the vomit, almost like being ejected right out of the mouth.
Hospital after an Ebola scare at the Pentagon puts nearly 24 people on edge. Officials say the woman, who had recently traveled to Africa, vomited after temporarily getting on and off a bus in a Pentagon parking lot. She was taken to a Nova Fairfax hospital.
So you can see that these signs are all around us. And we showed before about this black goo, or black oil. See here, it was really prominent in the X-Files, and it would be inside of the host body, and you couldn't even kill them. Even if you shot them or did anything to them, the little host that was inside of them would be driving them, almost like a zombie. And you can see this oil that would go through their eyes. And it would spread by them spitting the stuff out of their mouth on people, almost like a virus. And then the next person would be infected through there. Well, this was just shown in another movie. It was reenacted right in this movie. Tom Cruise had this type of oil that was inside of him from this alien type things. And then if he died, he would actually go back in time it would reset each day. But he had that alien symbiote in him through here. The same type of thing. Even when it went in and out of him, it looked like it was going right through the eyes, just like this picture right here. You could see the oil go into his eyes. So that was shown again to us. And just like this Ebola scare that's going around, where it can be transmitted by the mouth. Well, I wanted to show another connection here to this with the Lady Gaga. In her folk commercial here called Fame, it shows nearly 5 minutes of her doing the stuff with the black goo. And you can see this giant idol right here of her. And they're made to all worship the idol. Exactly as on here at the end times. For the fifth age, this accuser that looks like the clown coming down to fool the world comes down with like the cure for Ebola and does this idol worship. That's what the end times is all about. Forced idol worship. If you take the mark of the beast, you're going to be made to literally stare at a statue. And your only other choice then, if you get caught, is that they're going to behead you. That's your choice. Or you can try to hide out wherever you can during the New World Order coming. But it will be going around the whole world at that point. So be prepared. Don't take the mark of the beast or you will lose your soul. If you go to the guillotines, you'll be with Jesus Christ. But this type of black oil is something that's coming through him. Just as we've shown on this glyph here. Remember, Moses was taken out from underneath the burdens of Egypt? So all of these things are supposed to be here. But you see this red bull, ready to run. The red horse of the apocalypse. As the fifth angel comes down with the key to open the abyss, and then starts giving out this new type of Eucharist. He's known as the little horn in the Bible. See this right here? All after a giant nuclear event that happens in the USA. And something that causes a great earthquake through there. But she has this black oil all through here. And she makes everybody worship the image of the beast at this point. See how she has like the perfume, the black oil in her hand, literally. And in the Bible it talks of the foolish virgins having to go buy their oil from the beast. And this is all part of this stuff that's really coming in front of us. Now, just as this scare that happened where they're ejected out of the mouth, the same thing was shown in this new show here. The second season is coming called Helix, where it shows all of the world elite trying to create a type of Ebola virus that will turn people into basically zombies and that they will actually go off to spread the disease. They will become like animals through here. Let's watch this new trailer right here. Now see how this is starting out with the ship, and as we've shown, the next thing in the Bible is the beast that rises out of the sea. That's what's coming. This big end time beast is part of like the Ebola. See, the beast out of the sea. See, now they're showing a ship coming out of the sea with dead people, just like this. There's the infected people coming after everybody, after the light. And now they're going to, in this end time scenario, they're trying to play to be like God, trying to create mutants and things even at the end times. The world elite are messing everything up. It's predicted in the Bible to happen that they're going to try to do all of these different things. But during this, that's how it spreads. They actually spit the stuff on them.
We're screwing with the laws of nature.
See how they run, and then they end up being like zombies, and they spit that black stuff into each other's mouth. Almost like throwing up on the next guy. But it's spreading the disease as it goes around. Kesha, in her video called Die Young, shows the same thing. Shows her as the beast coming. See, with the hearse, and she has the bull horns on the front. Just like the bull coming right here. See here? And she's coming, and she's known as evil when it gets out here. See death? The skull? Evil. E-V-O-L. And the first thing she did was crash into the church. Representing, as I've shown before, the Vatican and the USA will be hit. And then the beast is released upon the earth. And she goes off to deceive everybody through this one right here. But you can see all of that stuff right there. The beast coming out of the sea. See right here? Now let's head down and show something in San Diego. You see the bear is rising up at this point in time. After the seal is open, as we've shown. After this big event. Russia's all prepared and is just waiting for this big cataclysmic event to happen to the USA, and then Russia's ready to go off with the 10 nations to begin ravaging the world, taking over as best as they can. Well, we just showed that that's called Helix. Let's see just how real this is. See the Helix? Now right down here in San Diego is Mount Helix. Right where I've shown that this event happens. See the two domes? That this represents the San Onofre power plant area down near the Camp Pendleton area. And that this giant event, this giant earthquake and nuclear event will take out the West Coast military and Navy of the USA and cause cataclysms from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, actually even sinking New York underwater. At the time when this phoenix rises, a type of rapture event, when the serpent's head is bruised and World War III begins. This guy only rides for war. He is World War III, that big red bull. Just like we showed Kesha coming with that there. There it is right there. Mount Helix. Exactly as the name of the stuff. Right here we've shown before, like Poway, that this shows the little horn coming. Right here. Exactly like this. I'm not kidding. It's all mapped out by God to happen. See him coming? That is this guy on this thing. That's him. That's him right there, coming down with the key to open the abyss. To open the abyss, as we've shown, which will happen right here. He comes down and he's seen as the dragon. And now you can see. See, he is the dragon right here. And you can see the bear, Russia, rising up. And that Helix stuff going around now, the black goo. When they're eating this thing, it'll actually be like the black goo going into them. See that there? That new type of Eucharist, as we've shown with even the demon Legion, creating all of these abominations upon the earth. Legion is many. This will be the hive aspect. Exactly as in this show, all of the things that were infected acted like a hive. And they all actually followed after this guy, Peter, like Peter's church, all through there. But you can see all of that right there. The little horn coming, the dragon, and Russia rising up, even with this type of Ebola and black goo going around the whole world. And it's an even evolving type of reptilians that are actually inside of people, though. These are inside of hosts, as we've shown. Look at that. That is perfect with Mount Helix. Right there. Helix, the black goo. Just as here, they're spitting the stuff out of their mouth and everybody's running around crazy thinking they're going to get infected with it. And it's coming. It's part of the wrath of the Lamb even. May God have mercy on us all. Now we've shown all of this one other place. So as detectives, we have to find motive, opportunity, the means to do it, the intent for each action, the ability that can they do all of this, and then we have to find cooperation. We've corroborated it with these glyphs again and again, and even with showing that the spiritual realms have it. Remember, the spiritual realms are as a force all around us. So even TV shows and commercials all around us will start to show this symbolism. Even if the writers try to not do it, it'll just happen because it's a force, like a force of will. Just things just move that way. It's part of everything that's going on when they start the idol worship with the black goo that's shown all through here. So let's go over and we know where to verify this. We've shown this before. Let's show this up near Connecticut. And we're going to show this exact same image right by where the Newtown shooting was, showing when the abyss is opened up there. So this is up near Connecticut, right where we've shown all of this before. You can actually see the dog, representing the dog star that we have to get above right here. And then on this side, right where the shooting was, which represents the time of Dan rising up also in the Bible. And Dan is known as idol worshippers. And it's part of the end of the age. You can see him right here. Exactly like what we just showed. Exactly. And we can see him going down into this Pope figure. Just like this. Right there. Which we've shown can be connected to the Russian Orthodox Church. Which the Catholic Church has the Russian Orthodox Church all prepared. And you can see right here that they are the wolf. Just like we showed at the Catholic Church. We showed this wolf. They're the wolf in sheep's clothing. Also in here, that is one of Kesha's lines is through the whole video. See, she ends up down here blocking, see the ladder to heaven? She ends up blocking the ladder to heaven, and she's the wolf in sheep's clothing, she keeps saying. And she's tricking everybody so they can't get up the ladder now. She's the beast, here to trick everybody, right there in front of you. See right there? All this new church. And they're reaching out here with their devil horn fingers and getting this Block Island new Eucharist, which is the same as the little horn. See how it has the little horn on it? Right there. Perfect. So we end up with the same thing that we've been showing. That when we all go up, this happens. Because as we've shown, see the heart? That represents when the woman is taken up, and you can even see that this represents the phoenix. See the phoenix here? And the woman is actually in here. If we took that off, you'd see her. The heart, right there. So all of that's coming, exactly what we showed. That Helix stuff, the Ebola, it's verified, even by God himself, that we're nearing these end times. May God have mercy on us all. So here we are back in San Diego. And you can see that right there. There's the helix coming. And there is the little horn, exactly as we showed. Just as we showed. Verified. And he'll end up in the church. With the Catholic Church rising back up, or the Russian Orthodox Church. But Russia is part of the Revelation 13 beast. All through there. Look at that. That's perfect. The helix. Exactly as in that one TV show, for those that watched World War Z. In the oldest previews, they kept saying that Russia was a black hole, like the bottomless pit had opened. And then when the movie came out, they changed it. And they kept saying that India was a black hole, like the Indian that we've shown rising up. See how this dragon with his mantle, like a Tyrannosaurus, or it might be the wrong one. The one that had the big fin around its head was this type of dragon. But it makes him look like an Indian. And we've shown this guy is associated with that Red Bull Indian. On this glyph here from the Denver International Airport, it shows this Indian coming. This is a Freemason glyph. They show a blood red moon eclipse of some type here. We've just had a few of those, and there's a couple more the next year or so. But you can see this is the door to the rapture, Jesus' door, then it's shut. And then the guillotines is the only way into infinity. See the body parts here. See the Indian riding the Red Bull? And he has that oil in his hand for the foolish virgins. And then you can see he's underneath the pyramid, the beast from the bottomless pit. The pyramid is actually talked of in Isaiah 19:19. A pillar and a monument built to the Lord. Just like this, it caps off the abyss, keeping the beast underneath. See him? That's him. That's that Indian. Just as they said in the World War Z movie. They called India the black hole in this movie here, World War Z. And then in the previews, the early ones before they changed it, they also called Russia the black hole, as if that's where everything had begun, through there to begin the end of days. Now, I wanted to show about this Lady Gaga thing. Let's go ahead and walk it through here. But it starts out as a warning for everybody, obviously, because it's pretty graphic through here. But you can see here the black goo. And then she's coming through it. Whatever is coming down, that little horn. Fame, FEMA. If you rearrange it, it'll say FEMA. And you can see here they're going for the golden age, which is the time of this idol worship beginning also. Because there's no more grace and mercy. You should know better than to worship this idol. If you do, you're meant to be part of the beast. As we've shown, this is part of the balance. Jesus Christ isn't going to stop any of this until its time is over. He will be collecting the souls that go to the guillotines. Those will be his. There's the golden idol coming, just as we shown. See right here? Did you ever notice on all of the Indiana Jones movies, it begins with them trying to get the idol? Just like this. The very first one, he was trying to get the idol. In the last one, he was trying to get rid of the crystal head. In the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, he actually had this crystal skull right here, where these people are being made to worship it. See there? The image of the beast. The idol. Just as here, it's the idol. And there's the oil, just as we showed, just like that Indian had. And now everybody's made to worship the image of the beast. And they put these things on their heads, like a visor for most of them, like them having to look at a video camera, almost, to actually stare at the image of the beast. This is supposed to be stealing the actual little bit of idol, actual worship energy that is inside all of the people. Like all of humanity now is just a battery, just like the Matrix movie. They're all being turned into a battery. And they're focusing their worship on this, the idol. And here she comes through the oil. Blackness, darkness, Lady Gaga right here. She puts on her black goo suit, just like they did in the X-Files movies. Once they took this goo stuff, you couldn't even kill them. Now she casts a spell. She's going to go through the eyes and enter into the people this way. As we've shown before, all of humanity wants everything to be just humans. They're ready to fight like a Hitler or so. Well, that's going to happen, but it's going to be the things that are inside of the human host bodies that is the real enemy. You know, who's behind the mask through here? Now she's going to cross through the mirror like a spider, walking down the weaving of fate, the web. Now she'll go through into her host. See the claws? This is not good. She's going to go through the mirror. Now she'll cast her spell and go on in. Through the black goo. The beast rising from the sea. Now she's in, whoever she had chosen. And now the New World Order is beginning. You can see the side of the red is going, and they're making everybody wear these visors on their head. You can hear some German words behind there. Now they're beginning the idol worship. See the oil? The age of the beast. Just like Islam, everybody in black, worshiping the black cube. Just like in Islam, they talk about having to be perfect and everything, and yet they're selling and trading women as slaves and as sex slaves and as rewards for battle. They call it taxes of war. The black goo. And then the beast will have 42 months. 40 and 2 months to deceive the world. See the black goo coming out of her mouth like we've shown? Infecting everybody? The beast. And now once the time is up, she's going to get out of here. After 40 and 2 months, the sword that will come out of Jesus Christ's mouth will destroy her. See, she's ready to leave. At the end of her 42 months, she's leaving after tricking the world. And then the sword will come out of Jesus Christ's mouth and destroy her. Destroy the beast. Now there will just be left the idol to trick all of the world at this point. Now they'll take the word of God away, and everybody's going to have to figure out how to be not tricked. There's the New World Order, all right there, with that black goo coming that's been shown all around us. The little horn of the Bible, right there coming. The dragon, and Russia. See the big bear? Russia. Everything going right exactly as we shown right from here. Confess with your mouth. The Lord is Jesus. Believe in your heart. God hath risen him from the dead, and you'll be saved. Hallelujah. May God have mercy on us all.